Hello there everybody, Sam's Trains here, welcome back to the railway and welcome back to another express review. Quite an interesting little novelty item for you today, and it's this, a Bachmann self-confessed Brill Trolley, and what a lovely looking thing it is as well. I'm going to get this out for you straight away then, but first of all here is what is on the end of the box. You can see that it's item number 61047, HO Mainstreet Brill Trolley. So yes, it is in HO gauge, which means it's a little bit smaller than the locos I normally look at, but of course it does run just fine on 00 gauge tracks. So let's get this out then. And the packaging is quite interesting because the tram itself, or trolley I should say, is in its own separate piece of packaging, but then you've got this sort of cardboard ballasting thing which has some instructions and things in it. So let's have a look at those. Because as always with Bachmann you get one of these exploded diagrams with it, so let me open this up. So there you can see a little bit about the mechanism and how it all goes together, and I was very impressed because I was expecting one of those horrible little Gandhi dancer motors, but actually no, it's a proper motor in this, and I'm sure those motors are used to drive much larger locomotives. So yes, it's certainly got a lot of power, this has. So yep, let's get it out then, this Mainstreet Brill tram, and look at that. You're not going to get a more Brill tram than that, are you? Sorry, I can't say that and keep a straight face. Anyway, we'll find out how Brill this thing actually is in a second, but first of all, here's a little bit of history on them. I couldn't find very much, so I'm sorry, you'll just have to bear with me on that one. So here we go anyway. So these were manufactured by the J.G. Brill Company, which was founded in 1868, and these particular trams were apparently spread quite widely over several locations in the US, though they were produced in Philadelphia. The company sadly ceased to exist in 1954 since the need for small trams and trolleybuses quite quickly diminished. Okay, let's have a look at this one then. So there it is then, my Mainstreet Brill Trolley, and it does look fantastic, doesn't it? And I have actually, it sounds sad, but I have actually been excited about showing this to you guys, just because it's so different to what you normally get. And yeah, it's just exciting, isn't it? And you guys haven't seen it running yet, and that's when it does get sad, because I'll probably get very excited then. But as you can see, quite an unusual looking thing. I suppose we'll look at some of the details then, and I suppose the most interesting part about this is the fact that you have these silhouettes on the windows. Now that's quite an interesting thing, isn't it? Obviously it isn't very realistic, but it's quite a stylistic thing for Bachmann to do. And yeah, I quite like that idea. And my theory about it is, of course it's supposed to be quite a cheap budget item, isn't it? So they didn't want to be spending a lot of money on the interior and also the motors inside there. So to put this thing on here, it means that they have paid some thought to it, and it also means that you don't just see some rubbish looking interior. So that is very cool. But as you can see, it's a very nicely painted model. It has these, I suppose these are the power pickups, aren't they, or the pantographs, which look very delicate, so I'm not going to touch those too much. But of course at either end you do have some very nicely painted Mainstreet badges there, and you can see the lights at either end, which are just sort of fibre optic. It is just the one bulb. No glazed windows at the front unfortunately, but that isn't too bad. But as you can see, the whole thing is very lovely looking. I do love this, well, we'd call it blood and custard almost, wouldn't we, the red and cream. But yeah, a very attractive little thing. As you can see, it's not huge on detail, but it's not exactly a toy either. Okay, let's get it onto the track then, and we'll see how it runs. Come on, how exciting. Okay, so there it is then, down onto the track, the Brill Trolley. Now, the only thing is I don't really have anything to run with it because it is so unusual. I was half tempted just to put some Steam logos on and run those with her, but I thought that might offend any Brill tram fans. So yeah, she's going to be running solo today, unfortunately, but there is one other novelty item hidden on the railway, so see if you can spot that once we get going. But first of all then, let's try her slow speed performance, and of course there is a bulb behind these silhouettes, which lights them up a little bit. I personally think it would do better with an LED strip, so I might do that one day, I don't know. But anyway, let's try her at slow speeds then. As you can see, pretty good, isn't it? It does sort of kick into life at about that speed, but don't forget it is very tiny. Yeah, that's about the slowest it can go, I would say, about there. How's that? Yeah, it's not too bad, is it? It's pretty good, really. So let me get her up to more of an express tram trolley speed. Which way shall we go? Questions. Let's go this way. Okay, and enjoy the running session with her then. I mean, presumably these would have been running on sort of streets and things, and not really on railways like mine, but it still looks lovely nonetheless. So yeah, very pleased with that. And I don't know whether I mentioned, but I did pick this up for 20 quid. So that can't be bad, can it? Really not a bad price for something as good as this. And it is good too, you know, it is basic, of course it is, but you know, it's got the lights, it's got the good running, it's easy to service, and it looks really, really entertaining as well when it's running. So what more could you ask for 20 quid, really? Very good value. And now for my ratings on the Bachmann Brill Trolley then. Detail 5 out of 10, performance 8 out of 10, character 8 out of 10, build quality 9 out of 10, value £20, 9 out of 10. So overall 7.55 out of 10, and into the ranking it goes, which puts it 28th, just above the Hornby 040s and below the Dean single. So there you have it anyway, the Brill tram. The only thing is I don't really know what situation I would run this in, but I'm really pleased with it. It's just a great little novelty item, and it looks quite nice, doesn't it, as well? Can definitely appreciate that. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing her. If you did, please feel free to leave the video a like or even a comment, because I do love it when you guys get in touch. And also, if you'd like to, please feel free to check out the Facebook and Twitter pages, and those are at facebook.com/samstrains and twitter.com/samstrains. It would be lovely to see you over there, but for now folks, thank you for watching once again, and I will see you all very soon. Cheers everybody.